I'm originally from China, but I'm living in this country for about 15 years.
Oh, so you're originally from China, Chen, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I heard some comments previously you made about the human camp in Xinjiang.
Yep.
You quoted the number about
1 million.
1 million.
Yeah.
So I just tried to contact you to state where did you get the number from? Because that hasn't been officially recognized anyhow
I'm not
by the Chinese
surprised,
government.
Chen. Of course it hasn't been officially recognized. You think that... Judging by do you think Stalin, Chen, do you think Stalin recognized the famine that he embarked upon, or caused, in fact, instigated?
This is not
Ukraine,
the issue we are arguing now.
I'm arguing.
There's no solid proof. There's no solid proof whatsoever of the so-called human camp.
Yeah.
The only proof they get is some very vague satellite images, which could literally be anything. And have you actually get in contact with the authorities or with anyone who actually stayed in that camp or who has...
I have actually been in contact with Uyghur Muslims. Yes, I have been, but that's not the question I put to you. I said, do you think Stalin would acknowledge any of the famines that he caused or the gulags that he set up?
No, but I'm sure the widely accepted idea would be supported by some more solid proof than some vague satellite pictures or some... I've seen BBC interviews of the so-called...
So Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, Uyghur survivors and satellite pictures and now US legislation that enshrined into law that this is happening, none of that convinces you?
There's no actual number.
All right.
It's based... There are
concentration camps. They're just not 1 million, yeah?
The purpose of the so-called educational camp is to providing the person who won't be able to financially supply themselves to... It's basically almost like a adult university or adult training center, whatever you would like to call it.
Adult university for Uyghur Muslims. So let me ask you, Chen, do they have the choice to go to this adult university or are they forced to go?
I don't know. I think some of them might have to. Some of them, but if you think about it,
some of them might have to what? Sorry, some of them are. Sorry, Chen. Some of them might have to what?
I don't know. Some of them are living on some, I don't know, student pension or government pension.
So there are these camps.
Improve their living skills.
Right. So there are these camps. Some of them are there voluntarily. Some of them are involuntary. How many do you think? How many people in these camps are there, Chen, that are there involuntary for this education?
One thing I can bet you is I know more people from Xinjiang province than you do. So I think for this point I have more.
That's why I'm asking you
information than
Chen,
what you have.
That's why I'm asking you the question. How many in these camps that you've just said exist are there involuntarily?
I don't know whether they exist is a very vague term to describe it because they existed for the purpose of re-education. The people who can't.
Is there anything? So they exist for re-education. What is it? So is there anything you're concerned about when it comes to these re-education camps? Which, by the way, is also a term Stalin used. But nevertheless, is there anything you're concerned about? Are you worried about? Not particularly.
Would you be concerned if the Labour or the Conservative government is providing a free education for the person who can't afford living because of lack of living skills?
So in your mind, is the one-party state in China as democratic as the Labour and Conservative parties?
I can't answer that question because...
Not surprised.
But
is there anything right now on national radio, as you have an opportunity, Chen, is there anything bad you'd like to say about President Xi? Anything bad at all? Let me start. Let me lead with this. I don't like Boris Johnson, didn't vote for him, and I wish we'd ever Brexited. I also think perhaps he acts like a bit of a buffoon, maybe had an inappropriate relationship with that young American lady who had blonde hair. I'm not so sure. But there's all the things I'm not particularly keen on him about. Now, your turn. What do you not like about President Xi?
There are a lot of things I don't like about him, but that's not the point we are talking about.
I can assure you. Thank you very much, Chen. We're late for the news. Thanks for the opportunity. They're not criticising your president.